Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm going to answer all your questions right now. I'm going to tell you up front, this video is probably going to be longer than the rest of mine, so please bear with me, but we're going to get right into it. And we got Black Goliath here that asked, would you consider doing a fragrance tier list per season? That would be dope. Thanks for all the great content. Yes, I've done one for fall, I've done one for winter. I will do one for the other 2 seasons. Designated Fragrances asked, where he said, I'm a senior in college and decided to start my fragrance channel. Awesome, we love that. Came by you and I feel like I relate to you a lot. So my question is, what motivated you to start your channel? First of all, you're very sweet. Thank you. And I will say that when I used to look at fragrance videos, like for things I was interested in, a lot of the scents I liked were marketed as unisex, or sometimes they were more on the masculine side. And I guess like watching a bunch of videos where people were always like, this is for a man that does this, a guy that does this, and me being a woman listening to that, I was like, you know what, let me create videos for people that are like me, you know what I mean? That, because the fragrance community is very like heteronormative, you know, for men, for women, all that sort of stuff. And then me being, you know, like a lesbian woman, which is very different from, like, it offers a different perspective, really. So it was mainly for people like myself, but a lot of cool dudes have gravitated to this channel, which I really appreciate the love for. And I know that they all got that game, you know what I mean? So I appreciate all the love from everybody. And honestly, I wanted to just see how well I could do if I stayed consistent with my content. I was like, let's see what happens if I post every single day, multiple times a day. And it's been a wonderful couple months so far, and I can't wait to just keep going. So I really did it for me and for people like me that were just looking for a, you know, inclusive place to talk fragrances. Okay, Diego says, hey Melissa, if you can do a top 5 ranking of the best Mancera male perfumes, how would you rank them? I've only tried like 3 of Mancera's, like Cedrat Boisé, Instant Crush, and Red Tobacco. And Cedrat Boisé is still my favorite, so not even up to 5 yet. But what are your top 3 to 5 individual notes? What are my top 3 favorite individual notes used in fragrances? Also, are there any notes that single-handedly ruin a fragrance that you might like otherwise? Interesting. I love the note lychee in feminine scents. I just find it super sexy, fruity, and juicy. I love cardamom. That is one of my favorite notes. When I smell that in a fragrance, it's just automatically sexy to me, i.e. La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. Amber is also a great note that I enjoy in fragrances. Vanilla is a very common note, but it's like, vanilla to me is like the base, you know, it's what it's mixed with. Like when it's mixed with amber, that's what I like, you know, but those are the 3 that come to mind, the lychee, cardamom, and amber. Love those. And I don't think there's notes that like single-handedly ruin a fragrance for me. Not that I know of, not that I've tried where I'm like, oof, let me stay away from that. Maybe oud, but I still like oud in some fragrances, so I can't even say that. Okay, Ali asked, I really love aquatic freshies. I've been wanting to buy Oceania by Raja Parfums, but I don't know if I can stomach dropping $350 on it. That makes sense. Do you think it's worth it, or would you recommend anything else? Well, there's a lot of aquatic freshies in the designer realm, like Light Blue Intense, like Aqua de Joya, that still get the job done for a much more affordable price, and you can smell them at your local Macy's, Sephora, Ulta. So you can do that and get your nose on all those different sort of things and then buy them at a discount site later. So you save some dollars. Rudy asks, hey Melissa. Hi Rudy. Would you consider doing any collaborations with other YouTube fragrance channels? Any chance that you would do a live stream to talk fragrances or cover a specific topic? I love this. I did a live stream actually on Instagram with Joe Scents. He was such a lovely guy. He DM'd me. He's like, I'd love to go live with you and we can chat about fragrances. And we did. It was amazing. I had a great time. We talked for about an hour and it felt like 5 minutes. So yes, I am totally down to do that with other fragrance reviewers. And doing collaborations with other fragrance channels, hell yeah. I think it'd be cool to get to see other people's opinions. Even if I run into any of you, like if you guys ever see me in public, we can do like a quick like YouTube short of like, what's your scent of the day? You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. I like talking to you guys also. Robert M says, Wonderful, Melissa. I have a question. 3 fragrances for day and night all year round and 3 for strong heat. Oh man, bro, that is just a great, like, I think I have a video for that, like a specific video for that. Yeah, like I made a video recently on my top 5 fragrances for the month of January. You know me, I love Tuxedo. I love Elysium for the high heat. I love Tobacco Vanille for the cold, and those 3 have just been my like holy grail fragrances for the past month or so. Dalen Dozier says, I'm planning on getting my brother 2 fragrances for his birthday, casual and for special occasions. I see you. He's a beginner but doesn't want popular ones like Blue and Sauvage. What are some freshies that you would recommend as gifts? So a casual fragrance that is super likable and is pretty affordable on the designer side is YEDP by YSL. I have never heard any complaints about that fragrance. Every single time a girl has smelled it, she has loved it. So that is just a solid, fresh fragrance year-round type of thing. Very inoffensive scent. For special occasions, I mean, honestly, if he's a beginner, La Nuit de l'Homme would be like perfect. La Nuit de l'Homme, I think he's going to be blown away by the reactions he's going to get from other people, specifically girls. Like, if he's talking that game, or if he's just like socializing with people and he smells like La Nuit de l'Homme and he's got that confidence, it's just the perfect fragrance for those type of moments. So those are 2 fragrances. Okay, let's see. We got another question here. Hello, thanks for this opportunity. I have a lot of questions, but first I'll ask 3, okay? The first question is, what online websites can I buy fragrances from that are legit? Max Aroma. 2, what fragrances, and I have the links for that in the description. 2, what fragrances are good for college, summer and winter for women? A great summertime fragrance. I was going to say Bleu de Chanel. No. Light Blue Intense by Dolce & Gabbana is a good summertime fragrance. Scandal by Jean-Paul Gaultier is a great wintertime fragrance, but you can also use Versace Bright Crystal for summertime. I've done a video on this as well. And lately, what fragrance would you recommend as a special, elegant fragrance that I can splurge on as a woman? Looking forward to your answers. A great elegant fragrance that I like, well, I love Mon Guerlain EDP as a designer fragrance, but Delina is also super, super sexy on the niche side. And usually a lot of Kilians are also just back-blowing. I love Kilian fragrances. Danielle says, Melissa, 2 questions. All right, Danielle, let's get into it. How do you feel about dupe companies like Dossier and Oil Perfumery? To be honest, I haven't tried any dupe companies before. I've tried a couple Armoffs, actually, but I haven't tried Dossier or, is it Dossier? Dossier. Or Oil Perfumery yet. So I can't answer that. Thoughts on the Labo? I think I've only tried one Le Labo sample. I can't even remember which one it was, to be honest. I cannot even tell you. I'm sorry, I don't even have an answer to this question. But right now, as for dupes, I mean, I'm open to trying them. Definitely just to like kind of compare with things, but I like smelling like the original inspirations for things. So that's what I'm drawn to. AJ asks, are you a fan of pheromone fragrances? If so, have you heard of Raw Chemistry for him and for her? I would love your review on it. I have not heard of Raw Chemistry, but that's a dope name for a fragrance. Am I a fan of pheromone fragrances? Not really. They're kind of to me. You know what I mean? Like, I've tested Molecule 01 before. Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun. And honestly, those scents, they're nothing that I would get a full bottle of. You know what I mean? They didn't really grip me that much. So it's like 50-50. What is your favorite memory attached to a specific fragrance? Oh man, bro. Honestly, the first memory that jumped into my head is a very intimate memory wearing my favorite fragrance. That shit, I mean, when I say Pound Town, I mean it. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Collected Composition said, would you ever collab with one of the fragrance houses like Demi or Justin did? That's dope if they did that. I've been pretty tunnel vision with the stuff that I'm doing. I've heard of other reviewers, but if they did collabs with other fragrances, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'd be down to talk that. I like that. It's a nice idea. Okay, Edward says, video idea, rank your MFK from top to bottom. From bottom to top, I want to get more MFK. I actually did a video on that a while ago. I'll revisit it. I'll revisit it for you. I got you. I got you. Chris says, have you tried Musk Ravageur by Frederic Malle? That's a fragrance that is in the Hall of Fame, in your opinion. Ooh, I have not tried anything from that house yet. And I am so down to. I haven't tried anything from that or a Fragrance du Bois yet. Okay, this person doesn't have a name. It's just a leaf emoji. And the question is, what colognes have you blind bought before and was the outcome good? La Nuit de l'Homme, blind bought. Prada L'Homme, blind bought. Versace Eros, blind bought. Good Girl, blind bought. All of them were fire. L'Homme Ideal EDP, blind bought. It's all right, but it's something that grows on you. Pie by Givenchy, blind bought. Loved it. So to be honest, before brands and followers started sending me gifts, all I did was blind buy bottles of fragrances. I did not sample them. And like, for me, it was a risk I was willing to take. You know what I mean? I didn't want to have the small sample. I was like, if the bottle smells good and I like it, then I like it. So luckily I didn't have much buyer's remorse with that. And most of my my picks were spot on. But yes, the answer is yes. What's the best spring summer niche cologne that has good longevity? Thanks. Keep up the good content. Thank you, Rasul. I really do love Cedrat Rosé by Mancera and Elysium by Raja Parfums and Delina. That's super sexy. Theater Kid, aka Theodore Manure. Not Manure, man. Did I say that right? I hope I said that right. Munur. Yeah, it's me again, and it is a good idea for Q&A. Thank you. I have a new lady friend, okay, and I want to give her a delicious smelling fragrance. I thought of Vince Camuto's Eau de Parfum. It's really nice, but I want to get her something much more ravishing. The price isn't an issue. What do you recommend? Dude, honestly, I mean, I know that I've been talking about Delina, but the reason I say it is because not only is it a sexy fragrance to like me when I smell it on other people, but like somebody being the wearer of that fragrance, it is super mass appealing. You feel really sexy when you wear it. It's a confident kind of fragrance, and it's just perfect for anything. So it blends with whatever situation. She could be dressed up, she can be dressed down, and it's going to smell like a 12 out of 10 type of fragrance, and longevity is fantastic. Of course, Angel Share by Kilian is also an amazing boozy cinnamon roll fragrance. So that one is more on the gourmand side. Okay, Monora says, apart from fragrance, do you like wearing makeup? If so, what brand is your favorite? I don't wear makeup. If you do, I think that it looks so good. Like I never really learned how to. The interest for me personally wasn't really there, but it's always nice when I see like how people really do their makeup really nicely. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Lewis says, I have Dior Homme Intense. Do you think it's worth that? Do you think it's worth having both that and La Nuit de l'Homme? Because I feel like they're used in the same situations. I think that you can totally have both of those fragrances. I don't think that they're similar enough to a point where, you hear that cop car going off? Sorry, guys. I don't think that they smell alike, where you're like, oh man, it's like I bought the same thing. I mean, I could see how they cover similar situations. In my opinion, La Nuit de l'Homme is a much sexier sort of fragrance. I think there's room for both, honestly. Marcin says, how do you keep your hair looking so good? I love it. Thank you. Very sweet. Honestly, it really is genetics with my hair, but I hardly blow dry my hair. I let it air dry, and I don't put a lot of product in it or anything like that. And a secret that my nana taught my sister and I, and even my cousins when we were younger, is using coconut oil. So like we have coconut oil that is sent from the Philippines. Like there's no like added preservatives or anything like that. And they put it in a bottle, they ship it to us. And like an hour or two before we shower, we just like get all our roots all the way down to the ends of our hair. And you don't go out in the sun because the oil, like the sun will fry the oil in your hair and it'll mess it up and stuff like that. But it's like a natural conditioner. And then you shampoo it all out. And then it leaves really soft, strong hair. I love that. Sebastian, do you find males attractive? I literally, the video I did before this where I said my Q&A, I said that I'm a lesbian in a relationship. I got a girlfriend. So, all right. Okay. Antoine says, what are your favorite cheapies to buy? I love the video, Melissa. Stay motivated. Dream big. 1 mil on the way. I love you, Antoine. Bro, this guy, my day one. I remember before, like when I only had like 1,000 subscribers, he would always comment like, love the video, Melissa. Stay motivated. Dream big. 1 mil on the way. Every single video. I appreciate you. I love you. Like, you don't know how much it means to me having your endless support. But I love Legend Spirit as a great cheapie. Things like $35, maybe $45 if it's not a tester bottle. Great fresh deodorant fragrance. Another great cheapie is Versace the Dreamer, but some people hate it, some people love it. All right, you got to test that one on your skin, but it's like $20. Club de Nuit Intense Man is a solid fragrance as well, super long lasting. Pie by Givenchy, great. Yuhas LOL says, how long have you been a football Chargers fan? Also, do you like any other sports? I have been a Chargers fan all my life. There is literally a picture of me when I was before 1 year old, before I was walking and talking, of me with like the lightning bolts, like with my head. Like, I was born into a San Diego Chargers family. Okay, so I love the Chargers. You see it right here, and I am not abandoning them. You know what I mean? You just, when you have your team, you stick to your team. I'm not gonna jump to another team. Like, it's, you got highs and lows, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you stick with your team through the highs and lows. Can't wait till they go to the Super Bowl again. We got crushed by the 49ers in the 90s, but whatever. Pochon8 says, and am I a fan of other sports? I do like basketball, but I don't keep up with sports the way I do with football. Like, football, I know through and through. Other sports, like, I understand like the game, but I'm just not as into it. Okay, is there any Creed fragrance you are looking to get? Have I tried Virgin Island water? I have tried that, but only on a test strip, so that's not very accurate. I would love to try that on my skin. I did get a little bit of that coconut vibe, but it was really strong with the nail polish smell and the opening. So I was kind of about it. I think Aventus for her is great, but to be honest, maybe Royal Oud. A lot of you have been asking me to try Royal Oud, and I'm so down to try that, but the Aventuses are just, that DNA has just been very played out in so many different things, and I love that Creed was able to make it popular like that, but I'm not itching to have an Aventus fragrance in my collection, or an Aventus for her, the original cologne. Okay, Army's Photography. What cheapie designer niche fragrance will you keep for life? I did a for life video on like the fragrances I would keep for the rest of my life, like at least a couple months ago or last month. I watched my most recent video. That's the answer to that one for my top fragrances, but Tuxedo's definitely in there. And then he asked, could you do a review of L'Artisan Parfumer Repel Toy? I'm down to do that if I try that fragrance. And he said, lastly, are you interested in coming to Singapore? Absolutely. I would love to come to Singapore. Okay. Frana Wayne by WAF asks, what are your favorites from the house of Kenneth Cole and Burberry? Yours are Kenneth Cole, Black Bold, Mankind, Mr. Burberry, EDP. I haven't tried anything from Kenneth Cole, and the only Burberry I've tried is Burberry Brit, which I find to be a very adolescent type of fragrance, like if you're a 14-year-old girl in high school. So I just haven't tried enough of those houses. I haven't really tried anything from those houses, but I'm down. Dave said, when are you going to invite your girlfriend on your channel? We would love to meet her. Like I've mentioned before, her and I are long distance, but she will be coming in February. And so I will be doing a video with her in February where I'll ask her what scents she likes in my collection, what are her tops that she likes on me, and you'll be able to see her then. She's very beautiful, very beautiful. Hi, babe, if you're watching. Tunahan Akin says, top 4 first date fragrances for men. I have done a date video. Like literally, if you're curious about like a video that I like, literally type my name, Melissa National, on YouTube and date fragrances, and the video will be there, I swear. But I will do a re-up on this. Okay, what fragrances would you keep for life? Markel, thank you for the question. I did that video too, literally before this, of my current top 5 at the moment. So you can check that one out, just so I don't keep repeating the same things. Okay, Dover Dabber Counting Cigar says, let's say you dated men. And okay, I'm just going to skip to the next one right there. I like women. All right. Skipping right past that one. Mari says, how do you get your hair so silky and shiny? Answered that question earlier. Are you going to do a sample pack? What does that mean? Like get a bunch of samples? I've been receiving some samples from followers. Okay. The Waffle says, what are your favorite notes or style of fragrances? So I mentioned the notes before, but style of fragrances, not gourmand. I love sexy ass fragrances. I don't know what that falls into. You use the word chypre. I still don't know what chypre means. But I just love sexy scents. I hope that makes sense. Not so much gourmand where it's mouth-watering. I do like the freshies, like the fresh and clean ones, but the ones in the realm of like Tuxedo and Ombre Nuit, like that's my shit. Like Tobacco Vanille, that right there is me. Down to a T. That's what I love. How do you feel about body oil fragrances, roll-on fragrances? I don't have much experience with them, AJ, but when I do try them, I will let you know. This question is in French. Rafa, I'm so sorry. I wish I can understand that. There's not even a translate button here. I'm sorry. After this, I'm going to see if I can go back to it, all right? Okay. What scents do I love and hate? I answered this question earlier. What's your ethnicity? How'd you get into fragrances? I am Filipino, Hector, and I got into fragrances late 2020. I literally just wanted to smell good. I was like, man, it'd be cool to smell nice. And then I was like, what are fragrances that smell nice? And that's how I got started. When did I start collecting fragrances? Kim the Genuine asked. I got my first fragrances around late 2020, like when I was actually interested in them. But it started building like in 2021, January, February, when I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is cool. Katie asks, what's the best place to get niche samples? You can get them from Scent Split. You can get them from Max Aroma, from Fragrance Net. I think Fragrance Net is limited to United States and Canada. Max Aroma is worldwide. And Scent Split, I don't know if they're worldwide. Not sure at the moment. What's the best fragrance for a blind buy for a 16-year-old male? Honestly, it's not whenever people ask for the best, I always give the safest, because the best is such a subjective, like, question. Like, it's very subjective. Like, I could say, like, objectively, this jacket is white, right? But if I say the best season is summer, there's somebody out there that's going to disagree with me and be like, no, it's fall, it's winter. You know what I mean? So it's very different. So a safe fragrance is YEDP by YSL for a 16-year-old. Very safe. Favorite gourmand fragrance, Ariel asked, is Angel Share by Kilian. Do I mix fragrances? Occasionally, but that's usually when I'm just testing multiple things, so it happens by accident. What is your favorite shoe? I rock the white Air Force Ones till this day. And you know what? Look, people are going to trash that shoe because it caught onto, like, you know, it trended and things like that. But even before the trend, Air Force Ones were still hot. So even after this trend dies out, and I think it's already dying out, like, I will still be rocking those same Air Force Ones. So I love those. And I do love the Pandas. Pandas are great. Ryan asked for confident boosting frags. I did a video on that. Type in my name, Melissa Nationale. Confident boosting frags. But I'll do an updated video. What's going on with Tuxedo by YSL? For months now, I've been trying to get it. $400 a bottle. $80 for an empty bottle on eBay. Is it discontinued? Please help. Bro, Inked Cane. The Tuxedo bottle I have was a gift from my girlfriend. And she actually bought it from like a legit seller on eBay. So I actually had a few DMs saying that they bought it from Neiman Marcus, because some people were able to get it from their local Neiman Marcus location, or try looking it up online through Neiman Marcus and see what happens there. What TV shows have you been watching recently? Honestly, none. I've been keeping up with football. Like on Sundays, that's when I would watch stuff, but I really don't watch much TV. Hello, dear. Some of us didn't deserve response from you. Oh, no, don't say that. However, myself and many others appreciate your pleasant response. Is the other woman that appeared with you on your channel your sister? Have a beautiful day. I love you, Theo. Thank you, Theo. That is my sister, Darlene. Go subscribe to her channel. I love her so much. She's the best. Her opinion, chef's kiss. To me, she represents the people. She represents the people, you know? Ezra says, fragrances you like to smell on a woman. Oh, God, I love Angel Share. I love Blouse by Blouse by YSL. Delina by Parfums de Marly. Good Girl. C Intense. Mon Guerlain EDP. It's just Versace Bright Crystal. Super, super sexy fragrances. Your thoughts on Moschino Toy Boy. Have not tried that fragrance yet, Freddie, but I am down to. Rohan asks, favorite fragrance YouTubers. To be honest, the first fragrance person I ever saw was Jeremy. Big love to Jeremy. He sent me a couple of his fragrances months ago, Unisex and Night, and I've done reviews on those. But he was the first one I came across. And I saw Curly Fragrance Michela's videos before. So those are the two that I've seen before. But honestly, I don't really watch fragrance videos as much anymore. I actually at all. I just put out my own, but like those were the two that I've seen before. And if you haven't seen them, which I already know you have seen these people, go show them some love. Show them some love. All right. Solomon says, thoughts on Stronger With You by Armani. That's a great fragrance. That is a nice, sweet fragrance, and it's just so easy to like. Give that one a shot if you're looking for a sweet scent on the masculine side. You can smell it at like Sephora, Ulta. Let's see. Good morning, Melissa. I'm here listening to Doobie Brothers and remembered to ask you whether or not you follow Steven of Redolescence. If not, you should, because Steven breaks down the formulas. Redolescence is also a gentleman. Thank you. Thank you, Theo. I've seen a couple of Steven's videos. I think that Steven of Redolescence, and he's very, very, very thorough. I saw him when I was really just getting started, and to be honest, it was a bit too thorough for me. I didn't really want to know like the nitty gritty of it. I just wanted to know, was this fragrance sexy or not? And there was some terminologies I didn't really understand. So I didn't really gravitate as much to his channel, but I feel like you said, if you're somebody that's really interested in having the breakdown of things, he might be a great place to look at, a great channel to look into. So give that one a shot. Nico, react to collections. I'm down. I am down to react to collections. Aria, we're almost done. We're almost done, guys. Oh, man, we're almost 30 minutes in. Shit, okay. This is long. Ara says, beautiful lady. Not a question, but thank you. Thank you. Okay. Marina says, when's your birthday? 7/11. Very easy to remember. And funny story, well, not so funny, but like when I was 16, I went to get the Slurpees, because you get a free Slurpee at 7-Eleven at 7-Eleven on 7-Eleven. And I asked for the big gulp because it was my birthday, so I can get the big one. And they gave it to me, and right when I was already like out of the store, the guys were like, "Nay, you need to come back. You need to pay for that." And I was like, "Bro, I just talked to your manager." And he's like, "Well, the manager wants you back." And I just like left. I was like, I showed every single person in this store my ID, and you're telling me to like keep going back and forth. So it was irritating, and I was like, never mind. Haven't been inside a 7-Eleven since. Okay, and Joel says, would you date me? Handsome Mexican American fit guy, even though you're lesbian? No. You wrote a lot more, but I'm literally stopping it at that. No. And I don't know if anybody is going to stay until this long, but I honestly have to say, like, some people like comment that as like jokes and stuff, but then I don't know, like for me, like I have received that so much that I've just become like numb to it. And honestly, it's just a bit like it's just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, let's flip the script a little bit, right? Like, let's say like you were a guy and another guy was coming on to you and was like, hey, like, would you date me even though you're straight? Like, you might be bi, you've never tried guys before. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of you would square up and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know who I am. You know what I mean? So same goes for me. So hopefully that respect can be going both ways, you know, because I have a girlfriend and she means a lot to me. So I will not be entertaining anything like that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the questions. I hope I answered them as quickly and as concise as possible. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for the love. This one was a long one. Bye.